What's up, losers?
Yo, I got my safety glasses on for once.
I have my safety shirt on.
Right on. We're doing cage stuff today, roll cage stuff for the FOXBODY for Haraguchi. Yeah. So I went ahead and painted it because I figure y'all probably know how to paint everything. I figure y'all know how to spray paint, so I wasn't gonna bore y'all with that. But
It looks cool though.
yeah, I thought so. I was hoping to get like everywhere it's welded to be purple. Everywhere it joins together to be purple, and everywhere it joins to the body to be yellow. I thought that'd be real cool.
All right.
So yeah.
I mean, I think it's neat. Like, it's color shift, but it doesn't. But it does.
We have already started a little bit. Like, we got the seats out. We've already got the carpet peeled back. We're trying to get to where we can weld the plates to the floor because we've got some sound deadening material. We're kind of in a hurry tonight, so we may not be able to finish. We got some stuff to do, but we may not be able to finish tonight. So we've got some ice in the floor pans.
Let's see if this works.
Yeah, we don't have any dry ice. So we're just trying a regular ice to see if it gets the floor cold enough so we can just bang this sound deadening material out. It may not work at all, but but we're gonna try it, you know. And if it works, then you'll know. Hey, we can use regular ice instead of dry ice. But
I'm
that's
not
pretty
very
much
confident, but Beau's pretty confident. I think he's lying.
I'm
He's
always
not very
confident about
confident.
everything, dude. I'm confident about running headlong into a freaking cornfield, but whatever. Right now, we're trying to fit the crossbar onto the hoop, and we just kind of need to notch it out right here. I ordered this kit from Jegs, and some of it came notched, and some of it came flat. It's not exactly a weld-in kit. I mean, it's a weld-in kit, but it doesn't fit perfect. We've already had to cut 3.5 inches off the bottom of the main hoop just so it'll fit in the car. This was, for some reason, was like this much too long, and I don't know why that was.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. I could imagine it being like an inch too long or something because you have to cut it off and notch it so that it'll fit around here. If you look right here, this is notching. If you don't know what notching is, if you look at this, it's round because it's got to fit up against the round tubing of the hoop. So we're going to use an angle grinder with a wrapped flap disc to actually achieve this. But they make tubing notchers, which is like a little angular thing, and it's real crazy. And it's just got you put a hole saw and use your drill, like your own drill, and you just run it through, and the hole saw just cuts right through here.
Yeah, half of it, like just a little bit out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because you don't do it through the whole.
Oh,
pipe.
that's right. That's right.
You're just cutting the end.
Right.
It's so interesting.
A tubing notcher. Anyway, tubing notchers are fairly, the ones that I saw online are like $150 and up. So we had the hoop in here a second ago. Now that I think about it, we probably should have left it in here.
It disappeared.
Just so y'all can see how it fits. It actually fits really, really good. We had to bang in a little bit right here, which is kind of counterproductive because we're like banging on the, you know, rigid structure of the car to make room for more rigid structure of the car.
Yeah, fuck that part.
Not that we're really canceling out the DOM because it's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy duty. But the ice actually worked pretty good. With dry ice, you can leave it for about 15-20 minutes, and you can come in over here with a hammer and just hit it, and it pops up. It turns into like chips. We couldn't do that. We didn't try that, but it would have probably made a pretty big mess because the ice was pretty melted. What is this? It looks like a diaper. Weird. Anyways,
Your mic's on, right?
Yeah. I think. Let me check. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is. So what we did is we just scraped it up with a screwdriver, but it came up in much larger pieces after using the ice. So it definitely helped. It definitely helped. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to clean this up so we can get these plates down here. We fitted up the hoop, and we figured the plates probably need to go almost all the way to the edge here, right about here, and we're going to try to weld the hoop right in the middle. So we're just going to clean up right here where the plates are going to go, and then we're going to weld these in.
Then we get a nice clean surface.
Yeah, right on.
All right, get to grind.
Shut up. Let's see here.
Just grind the whole thing. You're
Shut up.
You're gonna paint it purple when you're done.
So, hello, Ronald.
Hello.
We got the feet welded in. These are called feet? Foot plates? I don't know what these are called. Welded in. And now we're fitting the main hoop in.
Main hoop.
Yes, it is very tight fitting, but I think that's what it's supposed to be tight, I think. I mean, I don't know, but it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. We're about to weld this main hoop in, and then we'll...
Should we get fish plates or whatever they're called?
That'd be interesting, especially if they were big. If they were like super wide and had really big,
Yeah. Already.
like, yeah, that'd be crazy looking.
Make us some. Weld them in.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So what are we going to do after this? Are we going to do the harness bar first, or are we going to do the kickers? What do you think?
Probably the harness bar.
Yeah, it'll be the easiest to get to.
I'm not
Well,
sure where the kickers are going to be.
yeah, me neither. I guess we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we might have done this backwards. We might have should have not put these in and cut our holes, done the kickers so we could weld them up here because that's going to be almost impossible now.
Interesting.
We've never done this before.
Yep, we've never done this before, but we'll figure it out.
Let's go get a kicker.
Let's go get a kicker. Dude, don't shine the light in my face. What's wrong with you?
The camera's probably freaking out.
So, because I'm such a terrible welder, Ronnie welded in the main hoop. It looks good. It looks super good.
This side doesn't
Don't look at my foot welds.
I had to fill up
That
some
looks
stuff
good.
here, so it doesn't look as good.
Anyway, we're measuring for the kickers right now. I say measuring. We're holding it in place and trying to like guesstimate where we want them to go. That's how we measure stuff. So we think we can weld it to that top bar up there. We were thinking about welding it to the side, but instead we're gonna go ahead and do it to the top, the very, very top bar up there. And you don't think they'll be too long down here?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing that needs to be down there.
Yeah, true that. And we just need to cut them at whatever angle
Yeah.
to get them to sit right.
Angle of the dangle.
And then we got to get this stupid sound deadening crap out, which
You have
is
plates
always
right there,
fun.
right?
Yeah, I have 2 plates over here. So we're going to get some dry ice to get this up. And so you'll get to see us do that, but we won't do that tonight because I got to go to the grocery store to get the dry ice. So this is going to be a 3-day video.
You don't just grow dry ice?
Yeah, I make it in my refrigerator, Ronnie. Dude, he had to fill like 2 or 3 like really big holes that I burned in the sheet metal. I didn't realize it was going to be so thin where we were welding. I was thinking, you know, bottom of a car, fairly thick. Nope. Doesn't work that way.
It was as thick as a piece of paper.
Oh my, it was terrible, dude. It went right through. Anyways, so I guess we'll finish this up another day. Not that it'll matter to y'all because you'll see us in half a second. So yeah. All right, back at it again today. We actually got out here and did some work today. Ronnie got off work, called me, said, "Hey, I'm off work. You got all that stuff done?" I was like, "No." I was playing video games. That's pretty loud. Dang, dude. You're supposed to be quiet in the garage, right? Anyway, we're welding in plates. We already got the harness bar welded in. So we're about to weld in the kickers. And then all we got to do is like touch-up paint after that, right? He's not talking because he doesn't have a mic on. He's just like a mime right now. Anyways, I've been over here like trying to take the factory sliders off of these factory nasty seats. I'm gonna bring the new seats out here in a minute and see if I can match something up, make something work, because I haven't bought seat mounts, aftermarket seat mounts yet. I wanted to see if I could make these work, but we'll see. Had my daughter out here a minute ago. She was cleaning off these ends right here. We got our angles cut. We got our notches done. Shoot, we should be done in probably, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We'll see.
So after 3 days,
And there was probably a day or 2 of rest in there somewhere.
There was a whole week of rest.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was. God, we're so lazy. We're just busy. We've got so much going on. We both have kids, and we both have, you know, just
Lives
lots going
outside of
on.
this.
We do have lives, and
Video
we both have
games
like
to
normal
play.
jobs too. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But how was welding on my car?
It was. I mean, it was welding. It was interesting. It's the first time I've ever welded like body.
Yeah.
Definitely thin. So it took like a little getting used to. The hardest part was like the chassis has like these dimples in it. I assume they're for strengthening, and like filling those everywhere was hard. And like over here, this was a pretty deep V that I had to fill on.
Just to let everybody know, like, I weld, all right? But for the safety of everyone involved, I tried to weld as little as possible. Ronnie's a much better welder, more experience, and just more confident with the MIG gun than I am. I don't even TIG weld. Like, he does all the TIG stuff. I can MIG a little bit. If my... Okay,
so anywho, we were talking
back.
about something.
We had the camera shut off on us. A little technical difficulty. No big deal.
Here, let's do a little splish splash.
Little resync of the mics.
Yeah, just in case. You never know.
Right. We resync the mics too. Anyways, hey, let me say this real quick before we talk any more about this Mustang. Look at my shirt. It's a Local Losers hoodie. Dope, right? Well, you too could have one. Teespring link down in the description. We also do stickers, not through Teespring, but on our Instagram. You can email us, whatever. Dope stickers. We also do these, which we've been getting a lot of requests for recently. Show them the powder coated one. Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. This is a powder coated red. Flip it around. Look at that. So gorgeous. Awesome.
Anyways, real quick, $200, $50 core charge. That's refundable. So you send us 200, and then we send you back 50. 40 more extra to powder coat.
If you send us your core to make the elbow, like there's no core
Yeah,
charge.
no core charge.
Just send us your core. We'll make it. $150. We'll send it back to you. Done.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll even send a sticker.
Exactly.
So that's it. We're done with the cage. Boom. Now I have a cage. The only reason I really wanted this cage was because I'm putting aftermarket seats in, and I took the seatbelt, the factory seatbelts out, and I needed a harness bar for harnesses. So
this is just a glorified harness bar.
Yes, exactly. The harness bar was like, harness bars were like $200 or something like that, and this was like $250 or $260 for this this 4-point off of, I think, Summit or Jegs or something like that. But man, $260. It was real easy. Some of it was already notched. Some of it was cut to length. We had to cut a little bit extra, but yeah, a little bit of re-notching. But man, it went in super easy. Like, even though it took us 3 days,
it was mostly prep, like, because we didn't have the sound deadening out. And if you guys want to get rid of sound deadening, most people use dry ice, which works really well. But we used regular ice, and it actually did a good job on this.
Yeah, it worked pretty
sound
good.
Deadening.
Yeah.
And that was really what kind of took us the longest, was like that prep work. And then welding in these plates, like that takes a little bit of patience.
Yeah, patience welding in the plates. If you've never welded before, do not try to weld these plates to your car's body, because the difference in thickness of the metal makes it really, really difficult. Like, really difficult. But that's pretty much it.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much it. Ronnie, anything else?
No, I think it looks good. I'm excited. What else are you going to do purple? That's what I want to know.
Well, the harnesses are purple.
Harnesses are purple.
I might try some purple stickerage up on the dash or on the windows. I might do a purple windshield banner.
Okay.
I need to replace the windshield first because it's cracked, but I might do a purple windshield banner. And once I'm completely finished with the car, like, I'm going to do some graphics, some vinyl graphics, so, like some purple and some shiny.
You should, like, die cut Local Losers.
That's a pretty good idea.
Or on the lip.
I can totally do that.
You know, in purple.
I can totally do that.
That would look sick. Put it on all the wheels, like T37s.
Hey, we're thinking about making windshield banners, Local Losers windshield banners. If you would want something like that, just let us know. We're going to come out with a couple designs, post them up on our Instagram. Maybe we'll show them in the next video. But let us know if you'd be into something like that. They wouldn't be expensive. Maybe like, what,
$1,000.
$30,000?
Yes.
I was thinking more like $35.
They have to pay for at least one project that we start and don't finish.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
We're saying bye.